build your country.
Oh, wow.
Hey, what is up, guys? This is Brett here from brettdev.com and welcome back to the channel. Now, over the past couple of weeks, I've seen loads of videos on YouTube from other Thai vloggers with headlines like, are foreigners giving up on Thailand? Is this the end for Thailand? Is Thailand done? Is it over? You know, and all these videos are kind of commenting on the low level of tourism and the low level of visitors that are coming into the country in the past few months. Okay, so we're going through a particularly harsh low season, yet we've gone through a really, really good high season over the winter time, which I'll get into. But, you know, there's all these different reasons why people are saying this. You know, it's because the Thai government are trying to tax us and they're scaring everyone away. It's because they've changed the visas back. They shouldn't have done that. They should have, like, allowed it to be 60 days instead of 30 days. So anyway, in this video, what I want to do is I want to kind of dive into this and talk about my experience over the past 10 years and kind of like how this is probably not really true. It's now June, which basically means in Thailand, we're in the middle of the low season. So Thailand has a high season and a low season. The reason for that is because during the winter months between like November and February, the weather is fantastic. It's not as hot. There's no rain. And then as we move into like, you know, May, June, July, August, we start to move into the rainy season, the monsoon season. So basically, nobody wants to go on holiday if they're just going to get soaking wet, right, in a monsoon. I mean, some people do. I used to. I don't think it's that bad. But nevertheless, this is what separates the high and the low season. So typically, you'll see like a huge number of people entering into Thailand, and the country just gets packed all of a sudden during the winter months. And then in the low season, like those numbers kind of diminish. Now, this is what's happening. We're in the low season right now. However, like in January of this year, I read an article that said that tourism was up 18%. Okay. And I can tell you, I have never seen a busier high season. I've never seen Thailand as busy as I saw it this last Christmas time, you know, around December, January. It was fucking packed. Like if I live about on a motorbike about 10 to 15 minutes from the city of Chiang Mai, and that's what it is now, 10 minutes to get into the city. It was taking me like 30-40 minutes because of the traffic. Like it was unbelievable how many people were here. So I think perhaps in contrast to that, it does feel like all of a sudden Thailand's empty. But I don't necessarily think that means people are giving up on it. Okay, I mean, obviously it makes for like great clickbait headlines for a YouTube video. But people are citing different reasons, and you have to remember, a lot of the people that give you this content online, they've not been here that long, right? So I remember going back, I've been here for 10 years. This has happened over and over and over again, right? But there's always a reason. So they're saying, for example, Thailand, basically, the visa on arrival that tourists could get when they come here, they extended it to 60 days to boost tourism. Like it obviously worked, like an 18% rise in tourism over the last high season, which is insane. They've now just returned it back to normal 30 days, which it's always been. Okay. And people are like, oh, the Thai government are like ruining Thailand. They've pulled back the visa. I can't get a 60-day on arrival. I should be able to get a 60-day on arrival. Like it's always been 30 days. It was a temporary extension. Expats and foreigners that come here, they love to take jabs at the government and like tell Thailand how to run its country and tell it what to do. Like they understand more about it than the actual government, who like know all of the data, know all of the figures. Yes, they change things around a lot and it can become annoying. But what really a big gripe of mine is when I hear expats just bitching and moaning and saying like, oh, they should do this or they should do that. They don't know what they're doing. They need us. We bring money into this country. I spend my money here, right? And it's like, dude, this entitled attitude that people have. There was a video of an Israeli girl on that went viral. I'll put it up.
Go back to your country. You are not welcome here. I'm sorry, but your money, but my money, okay, build your country.
Oh, wow. Okay, keep that.
My money built this country. So many people come here with this attitude, like it's fucking mind blowing. But anyway, so visas aside, it was always 30 days. They extended it to 60. Now they've put it back. That's what it's supposed to be. It's what it is for like every other country, 30 days, right? The second reason is people are talking about taxes. Now, they're saying that the Thai government's scaring everybody off because they're saying they're going to tax them and all of this stuff, and they're going to tax their foreign income. Now, they've been talking about this for 2 years, and it still hasn't happened. Now, I don't think that's an invalid response. However, that doesn't affect tourism numbers, right? Like people that are retiring here, and the very small percentage that actually go through and make the full-on decision that there's rumors that I could be taxed on my income, therefore I am not going to move to Thailand anymore, and I once was. That tiny percentage is not responsible for the fact that it's a low season and there's not many people around, okay? Like they don't make up, like if the Thai government said, okay, we're not going to tax you, it's not like Thailand will just get flooded with people. You know what I mean? Like, hooray. Like, that's not the reason for this whatsoever. However, I do think there is some validity to the tax. There are people who are talking about, like, maybe they aren't going to look to Thailand as a place to retire. But then again, where else are you going to look? Because you're going to get taxed anywhere else you go anyway, right? So there's that whole tax debate. Now, before I forget, if you are worried about this tax situation, if you don't know, inside my online community Nomad School, we do workshops like every couple of weeks. We bring in experts about working online, moving to Thailand with a family, all sorts of stuff. We've got like almost 24 workshops in there right now. But in about 4 weeks, we've got a guy coming on who is a chartered accountant, not based in Thailand. He's based in the UK, but he specializes in helping expats, foreigners, digital nomads to manage their tax. And he works with a lot of people in Thailand as well. And that workshop's going to be completely free. You can come on, you can attend it live. I'll put the link down in the description. But this is a chartered accountant here. So it's not a YouTuber giving you advice on the tax situation. It's not, you guessing or reading on a forum. It's a guy that actually deals with this on a regular basis. So that's there for you if you want to watch it, and you can register. The link is down in the description. Now, I think when we talk about are people stopping coming to Thailand and all this stuff, we need to kind of define the difference between tourists and long-term visitors, right? Because there's also been a 30% drop in tourism from the Chinese, right? Which would make the place seem very empty, right? And the Chinese used to actually always come during the low season. They kind of like balanced the load, I think, for the country. There would be bus loads of them coming in. I remember at the malls, you would just have gigantic buses of Chinese people pulling up. They'd all get out, go in the mall, go back on their bus, drive off. I haven't seen them for a year or two, right? So we're talking about tourist numbers, okay? And like I said, it's a low season, and this is tourism we're talking about. Long-term visitors, on the other hand, now this is only anecdotal because I don't have actually like the specific statistics, but I live in a Thai neighborhood, and I've lived in this neighborhood for like nearly 10 years, and I can kind of get a feel for, are there more foreigners coming here or not? Because when I have moved here, and even just going back, a couple of years, well, during COVID, I was like one of the only foreigners like in the city probably. But going back a few years, I would walk around my neighborhood and I would see a couple of foreigners. It's a very Thai neighborhood, mostly not many foreigners. And I would see a couple of foreigners I'd recognize, and it'd just be like me and like a handful of foreigners that kind of lived around here. Now, like just in the past couple of months, now bearing in mind we're in the low season now, when everyone's saying people are giving up on Thailand, Thailand's done, people aren't moving anymore. I've never seen as many foreigners as I've seen in my neighborhood. They're fucking everywhere, okay? I'm one of them, obviously, but there's so many foreigners. And a lot of them I notice are elderly. A lot of them are in their 50s and 60s. So this is kind of opposite to what people are saying. I think if we're talking in terms of people that are coming to stay here long term, it's way up. There's loads of people staying here long term. Now, these are elderly people I'm seeing, so they might be on a retirement visa, which has always been there. But then also you have the introduction of the Digital Nomad Visa. And I think I made a video about this a while back, but I really do think we're seeing the effects of the Digital Nomad Visa now. I know a lot of people that are on it. Probably, a good, I'm not going to state a percent, maybe like 30% of people I know are actually on the Digital Nomad Visa. And that visa grants people permission to live here for 5 years. So I think if Thailand were looking for long-term visitors, which the expats like to say they're not, they hate us, they don't want us here, they only want tourists, they only want that tourist money, and then they come out of a visa where you can stay here for 5 years, so that's not really true. If they were looking for long-term visas, it's definitely worked, because I'm seeing a lot more expats or longer stay people who are staying in Thailand on like a long-term basis. Okay, so that's the complete reversal to what is being reported, that the tourism figures are down. Okay, and another thing, if you just go onto Google Trends and you type "move to Thailand," I'll put the graph up. It's doubled just like in the past year or two. It's super trending. So a lot of people are moving here or trying to move here long term. Okay, which again, it makes me laugh because the expats, a lot of expats here think they're like the center of Thailand, and that, you know, without them the whole country would collapse. And there's more expats here than ever before. Okay, there's more people moving here than ever before, yet the place is completely dead. It's down to tourism, okay? And tourism, you know, is down because it's the low season. Do I think it's down more than other years? Perhaps slightly, but I think the real reason for that is the fact that the whole world is fucked, right? The economy globally is so bad that people just aren't traveling as much. I do think if we go back into the high season, it'll be just as busy again, actually, because judging by last year, it was fucking insane the amount of people that were here. So overall, are tourist numbers down? Yes. It's the low season. The economy's screwed. There's like a 30% dip in Chinese tourists. There's like 1 billion people in China, so they make up a lot of tourism. And it's like I said, it's the low season, and it makes me laugh. This happened so many times. Like for like the last 10 years, like there's been high years, there's been low years. There's been years where, oh my God, it's done for Thailand. People are giving up on it. Nobody likes it anymore. And then next year it's really busy and it's like everyone's coming to Thailand. And it's just this fucking cycle that goes over and over and over, and just people just sensationalize it. And now you've got lots of YouTubers, Thai YouTubers, all making videos about it. And, you know, because it gets clicks, Thailand's dead and all this. I don't know. But it's not. It's going to be fine. You know, like I said, there's good years, there's bad years, and that's just the way it goes. Okay, so overall, I do not think Thailand is dead. I don't think people are giving up on it. It's the low season. That is what it is. Okay, so anyway, if you like my take on this, guys, and if you want to watch more, then you're going to probably really like this video. And also, don't forget about that workshop. We've got a really cool tax workshop coming up in a few weeks. If you're watching this after that date, then still click the link because there'll probably be a replay available. But you can access that right here. That's all for now. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.